Yes, 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 yes. It's one of those type of fragrances. Bam! Tres Nuit. If you can't see it because of the focusing. But it doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is the smell. But before we get to the smell, we must talk about the design because the design is just, it's something that they invested in and it's an indicator of what you can get. Except when you're talking about this fragrance because I don't know what the hell they were thinking when they made this. This is such an odd design and like I don't have a problem with it. I think it's different. I appreciate that. You do have the leather, which gives you, typically when you think of leather, you think of more of a masculine type of thing. You have silver accents on the cap. Very sturdy cap, weighty. Nice little design on it. Hopefully I can get that in there somehow. You have a buckle here that says Tres Nuit Pour Home, which is for men, if I'm not mistaken. It's a toilette. Not bad. The color, blue, as you can see, it's like a deep cobalt blue. It's kind of matted too. So it does scratch up a little bit. The lettering is reflective, so it matches the cap and the accents around it. It doesn't look like a cheap bottle. It's just weird as hell. Like, and it does. It's not really indicative, other than the fact that it's a masculine scent, quote unquote. When I don't really, I mean, it's not like a, like oud or anything like that, or like a Tom Ford masculine type of fragrance, very strong and deep fragrance. It's nothing like that. So, but I think it's cool, just a little strange. So that's about that for that. As far as the smell goes, walk with me, walk with me. You're in the Congo, right? Right before sunrise. You can see the moon still in the air and the glint of the sun shimmering as it cuts through, down through the tall trees. You can hear yourself marching through the mud, slosh, slosh, slosh. You see bushes move. You're afraid. Ah, a tiger. No, it just so happens to be a baby mongoose. Do they have mongooses in the Congo? Probably not. So insert whatever animal. Giant frog. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and it's raining. Pat, 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 pat. That's the sound of rain, y'all. And then you can hear like the giant leaves kind of just like jerking from the huge rain that's smacking down on them. It's not a torrential pour or anything like that. It's just, kind of musky, kind of harsh in the sounds. Welcome back. That's what I get from this fragrance. It's a very green. It's a very green. It's a very sharp. It's a sharp fragrance. Did I say the fragrance was sharp? It's almost metallic. Almost. But blended very well. Blended very well. The only thing I can detect is the quote-unquote iris in the top notes. Maybe. Not my greatest strong suit. I will tell you that. But that's pretty much what I get from it. Let's get into the actual... Oh, so what you smell is what you get. This does not... I've had this for some time now. It does not evolve. It does not change. It does not surprise you. It does not remind you. It is simply what it is. And you can get a great indicator of that from the atomizer, which we are about to test out. Don't know. Very wet and dense. It's a toilette. There's not a whole lot of juices in here. It's a lot of alcohol. Slightly sticky. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to blow you away with the ingredients. I will tell you that. Not that it's a bad smell, but it's like you don't get that quality presentation that you get in some of the other manufacturers, some of the competition. Who's this for? Well, Ah, there's that green. There's that greenery. Who's this for? We'll get back to the scent in a second as it, kind of tries to maturate, as it tries to. Who's this for? Supposed to be masculine, but again, I can see anybody really smelling this. It seems unisex to me, with masculine tones. Age group. Let's say. I would say you can get a little youthful with this. I would say probably 17, 16 if you're on honor roll. You know what I'm saying? If you're about to, be an early graduate, 16 to I would say probably at 35, 40 you should be growing out of this. You can wear this until you're 80, but it's not anything that's going to like simply blow you away. And I think at a certain bracket and a sort of palette, you'll grow out of it. Now, if you don't really like fragrance or you're not really into fragrances like that, or that person isn't, if this is a gift for that person, they can wear this all day and all night. No problems there. Seasonally, this needs a lot of help. If you want to talk about range, I would say anywhere between 2 feet, maybe. This does not go far. In fact, I say 1.5 feet, 1 foot. Like you got to be up on this to smell it. And then the duration is in my opinion horrible. Like this will last. Maybe I shouldn't say horrible, but it's below average. I would say. There's times where I spray this, and then you're 2-3 hours into the day, and you're like, did I? You gotta go to the source, right? And then you can smell it. And oddly enough, I was wearing it yesterday. I sprayed it in the morning, and I usually spray. It's pretty strong on both sides, but by the time I had got home around 9-10 o'clock, I didn't smell it at all on this wrist, and I don't know if that's ever been a thing. Like usually, you can smell it on both with whatever fragrances that I have used, but not this one in particular. This one. It was still light on the original surface, but the other wrist was completely gone. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Again, not a bad fragrance. I think this is a good fragrance. I like it. Again, nothing's changing here. It's a very, very linear scent, and it's safe, and it smells good, and it's very fresh. I would say green. I wouldn't say fresh. When I say fresh, I think of more along the lines of Allure. Like this is super fresh, bubbly. I don't get that. I tried to look up when this came out. I couldn't find a date, oddly enough. That was a little strange. If I'm not mistaken, this is a dupe. So there's that. Irish green tweed, I think, from Creed, I think is what this is trying to replicate. I have not tried that, so I do not know what's better or what's worse. All I can tell you about is this particular fragrance. This fragrance is it's the fragrance that it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let me just grab this. It's a very different, kind of earthy, kind of green fragrance that isn't going to really remind you of pretty much anything else that's in your repertoire, at least in mine. It's stand out. It's by itself. It's a great fragrance to blend. I particularly blended this fragrance with Hermes. I can't remember the one, but like Hermes, the orange one. And man, it smelled good. Now, let's get into the notes as far as like what the fragrance contains. Very simple. On the top notes, you have vervain, iris, and lemon. Mid notes, you got violet, lavender, and spicy notes. And for base, you have sandalwood and ambergris. I think this is a very well blended fragrance, almost metallic. It does smell very manufactured. Again, it can take you on a ride. It's not a bad fragrance, but it's not. It's a very equitable and affordable option as far as getting that green and earthy rainforest type of smell. And I think every male should have something similar to this. If not exactly this, but this is a great place to start. And again, it's not offensive. It's not offensive, and it's also not anything that's going to linger too long. So you can cycle out of this. I mean, you can be in this, like I said, for duration, I say, man, probably like 4 hours. It's nothing crazy. The day I did spray it and I only had it on one wrist, I sprayed a lot. So I would say 4 hours. It's nothing super crazy, but it's a decent fragrance, and it's very affordable. So I would say get it. If you don't like it, give it away. Somebody's going to like this. Yeah. Tres Nuit, yo. Very easy fragrance to make work. It says it's 80%, it looks like 80% alcohol. I don't know if that's right or not. Made in France. So, yeah. That's the review. I hope you got something out of this. Have you tried this? Let me know. Do you have anything that you think is similar to this? Maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit more fresh, maybe a little brighter in the highs. Like I said, it's a very mellow fragrance. So that's it. Thanks for checking it out. Catch you guys in the next one.